走れ Solo run. I know Julie did one earlier today, so yay. Basically still training. I'm still doing Insanity, so today's the rest day, but I'm running. Go figure. And I'm going to talk a little bit about clothes later on, like the gear you should be wearing, some good brands. I'm not a spokesperson, but these are the ones I usually wear, so it's all good. And yeah, and there'll be some singing. Woohoo! So I will talk to you later. Check in later. Bye! Jin Jin dance. Today I'll be talking about clothing and accessories and all the stuff that you can get while you're running, training, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. I'm going to start off talking about the shoes. I don't have my shoes with me actually. But some name brands that I like to use, not a spokesperson, not getting paid for this at all, just like Julie yesterday. Name brands that I like to use are Asics, Saucony, and Mizuno. I haven't actually bought Mizuno, but my cousin uses it and she's a triathlete, so that's one of the name brands that she likes to use. And I also like the way they look. I just haven't been able to afford them yet because they are on the higher end of the price range. Also, with Asics, those are really good, and a lot of times they're a little bit cheaper, so they are easier to find. I know Julie really likes the Nike brand. I've never really been a huge fan of Nike running shoes, just because my feet are weird and my feet are tiny, so I always have to get such a small size, and then it's awkward anyway. It's very awkward when you go to a shoe store and you're like, oh, I'm a 5.5, and they're like, oh, look in the kid sizes, and I'm like, oh, I ran a marathon, and they're like, oh, we don't have it, and I'm like, oh, yes, you do. Yeah, very awkward. You remember Popo when we went to go look for those Asics? Yeah. Saucony, I just bought my first pair this past Christmas for myself. I got a gift card, I bought them, and they're actually really good. They give you really good support, and the thing with Saucony is they also, the way their shoe is designed, they have you push off your toe like you're supposed to. So, and they also have a whole lot of cushion on your heel, so if you do end up slamming your heel on the concrete, it actually protects you from injuring your knees or your joints any more than the concrete already does. So those are shoes, but again, if you are going to start running, go to a shoe store. Our favorite here that we've actually gotten is either Track Shack or Fit to Run. If you go to a Fit to Run store, they actually will put you on a treadmill, they'll record you while you're running, and then they'll also put you on a machine that tells you where the pressure points on your feet are. And then they'll be able to they'll ask you what kind of distance running are you going to be doing, what kind of training are you going to be doing, what's your goals, and then they'll be able to tell you what kind of shoe and what kind of gait you have. Gait is the way that you run. So either you run on the sides of your feet, you run on the inside of your feet, or you actually run on the complete foot. That's all going to be determined. Some people run on the outside of one foot and they completely roll the other one. They don't charge for it, so you could just go in and say, hey, I need to get analysis, I'm looking for some running shoes, and they'll do it for you, and they'll suggest what kind of shoes you should probably buy. Alright, moving on to clothing. With clothing, you never want to get cotton blend material. Cotton blend, it's great for when you're just working around the house, whatever, but when you're running and you're going to be producing a lot of sweat and, yeah, you want to have something that's not going to soak up the sweat and just leave it there. Cotton material, it always soaks up the sweat, and then you have this heavy shirt that's now on your back and it's just sagging and weighing you down. My favorite brands are Under Armour and Nike as far as running clothes go, and just because I haven't really bought any of the other ones yet, Under Armour is really known for their wicking and cooling material. That's kind of their name thing, so be sure to check those out. I'm actually wearing an Under Armour Heat Gear shirt right now. It's designed to help keep you cool in the heat and everything. So, and then I'm also wearing Under Armour capri pants. With pants and shorts and stuff, you always want to make sure you get ones that are going to fit you, but they're not going to be too tight. If they're too tight, they can chafe you, which if you get shaved, it's not very fun. It's a lot like a razor burn, only it's kind of more sensitive. So, and if you do shave, a good little tool that you can either use, you can use Vaseline to help prevent chafing, or you can use chapstick. It's got the same kind of stuff. Just make sure you wipe it off before you put it back on your lips, right? And there's also, if you go to sports stores, they have anti-chafing bars. I actually used to have one, but I used it all up, and I have to go replenish it, but I don't have what it was right now. I always get the ones, ladies, they have an anti-chafing bar for her and an anti-chafing bar for him. So make sure you get the one for her because it's made for females. Again, not spokesperson, that's just the one I really like. Water bottle. They also have one that attaches to your hands, so if you would rather use that, then that's fine. I just don't like it because I don't like anything really in my hands as I'm running. It's very awkward for me. So if that's what you want, then go ahead, because some people don't like stuff around their waist. There you go. See ya!